How did Israel, a small nation in a historically hostile region, manage to become one of the wealthiest and most technologically advanced countries in the Middle East? To answer this, we must trace the story back to its roots. Before the 19th century, the Jewish population in Palestine was sparse, making up only about 3% of the region's inhabitants. However, waves of Jewish migration from Europe began, driven by persecution and a growing movement known as Zionism. Established in 1897 at the First Zionist Congress in Basel, the Zionist movement aimed to create a Jewish state in Palestine. Jewish immigration increased steadily, and organizations like the Jewish Agency were formed to help establish governance. However, tensions between Jewish settlers and the Arab population quickly escalated, with violence erupting on both sides. After World War I, the flow of Jewish immigrants slowed, and anti-Semitism in Europe seemed to wane temporarily. But the Great Depression reignited hostility, culminating in the rise of Nazism in Germany. As the Holocaust unfolded, international support for the establishment of a Jewish state grew. In 1947, the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. Despite being only 30% of the population, the Jewish community was granted roughly half the land. When Israel declared independence in 1948, neighboring Arab nations immediately declared war. Israel's victory in the subsequent conflict was due in large part to the organizational strength of pre-existing Jewish militias and significant international support, including donations from Jewish communities worldwide and financial aid from the United States. In the 1950s, Israel experienced rapid economic growth fueled by immigration, especially among skilled professionals fleeing post-war Europe. However, the young nation remained under constant threat from its neighbors, leading to heavy investment in military defense. The strain of military spending, compounded by a lack of natural resources and economic isolation from neighboring countries, brought Israel to the brink of economic collapse by the 1970s. Inflation soared, and public debt spiraled out of control. Facing an economic crisis in the 1980s, Israel introduced sweeping reforms. A new currency, the shekel, was established, and the government pivoted its focus toward leveraging its military expertise for economic gain. Israel began to commercialize its military technology, transforming innovations developed for defense into products for the civilian market. This strategy was paired with an educational revolution, channeling the brightest young minds into elite military units focused on research and development. These units became incubators for technological talent, fostering innovations that would later drive Israel's tech sector. Today, Israel is known as the startup nation, with the highest number of startups per capita in the world. Companies like Waze, Mobileye, and Checkpoint Software were all born from this ecosystem. Venture capital investment in Israel is among the highest globally, and its tech exports, particularly in cybersecurity and medical technology, are critical to its economy. Despite its economic success, Israel's geopolitical challenges remain significant. The ongoing conflict with Palestine continues to cast a shadow over the nation's achievements. Israeli policies in the region and the expansion of settlements have fueled tensions, complicating prospects for peace. Israel's transformation into a technological and economic powerhouse is truly remarkable, but there are additional lesser-known aspects of its journey that further highlight its unique position in the world. One fascinating detail is Israel's role in the development of agricultural technology. Despite being located in an arid region with limited arable land, Israel has become a global leader in sustainable farming practices. The invention of drip irrigation, for instance, revolutionized agriculture worldwide. This system, developed in the 1960s by Israeli engineer Simcha Blas, allows water to be delivered directly to plant roots with minimal waste, dramatically increasing crop yields in dry climates. Today, Israeli drip irrigation systems are used in over 110 countries, showcasing how Israel's innovations extend far beyond the tech industry. Another surprising fact is Israel's burgeoning wine industry. Although Israel might not be the first place that comes to mind when thinking about fine wine, the country has a winemaking tradition that dates back thousands of years. In recent decades, Israeli winemakers have combined ancient techniques with modern technology, producing wines that are now recognized internationally. Some wineries even grow grapes in the desert, using advanced irrigation and climate control systems to create vineyards in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. Finally, Israel's space program is another area of curiosity. The Israel Space Agency (ISA) is relatively small compared to NASA or the European Space Agency, but it has achieved remarkable feats. In 1988, Israel became the 8th country to launch its own satellite, and it remains one of the few nations capable of independently developing and deploying satellites. This achievement underscores Israel's focus on leveraging its technological expertise for strategic purposes, from telecommunications to national security. Another aspect worth mentioning is Israel's remarkable investment in renewable energy and sustainability initiatives. Despite its reliance on imported fossil fuels for much of its history, Israel has made significant strides in harnessing solar power. With its abundant sunlight, the country has become a pioneer in solar water heating systems, which are now installed in over 90% of Israeli homes. Additionally, Israel is experimenting with cutting-edge technologies for water desalination and recycling. Approximately 80% of the country's wastewater is treated and reused for agricultural purposes, the highest percentage in the world. This innovative approach has turned water scarcity, once a severe challenge, into a manageable issue and a global model for sustainable water use. These efforts reflect Israel's broader philosophy of turning problems into opportunities. Whether it's energy, agriculture, or water management, the country continues to develop solutions that not only address its domestic needs, but also have the potential to benefit the entire planet. These examples highlight how Israel's resilience and innovative mindset have allowed it to overcome obstacles and excel in areas where success initially seemed unlikely. If you enjoyed this exploration of Israel's economic and technological rise, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into fascinating topics like this. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Did you know about Israel's contributions to agriculture, winemaking, or space exploration? Which of these innovations do you find most inspiring? Thank you for your time and support. We'll see you in the next video.